welcome to the big house, Michigan Stadium. We've got a top 25 matchup on hand. Two of the premier teams in the land looking to make a statement that will resonate. It's the Texas Longhorns and the Michigan Wolverines. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
When you talk about iconic stadiums in college football, the Big House has to be at the top of your list. One of the most unique stadiums. It is nestled down in the ground. It is loud. It is fun. Ann Arbor has one of the finest stadiums in college sports. Guys, back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. The Wolverines ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Manning trying to quiet this crowd. Taking a shot on the first play. Makes the catch on the left. Off and running. Touchdown, Longhorns! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. And he's going to bring this one out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Got enough for the first down. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
And that's not a surprise. We all knew and talked about coming in. Who are they going to feature? They give it to him the first play, and he chews up and gets a first down. We're going to see more of that. I'm excited to watch this matchup, but the defense, Jesse, they better get physical. They better get better in a heartbeat.
Well, and they've got to fight some emotion right now, too, because the fans are excited. The offensive line is absolutely juiced after that opening play. They're now getting lathered up. They're now getting excited. They're pointing to the sideline, run it again, run the same play again.
And how about that defense in the backfield, nowhere to go right away? You could tell they were playing the run game all the way, and they got in the backfield and got the tackle for a loss.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be 3rd down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Underwood in the gun on third down. Left side, it's Becker. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
And the Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. From the gun, running back gets to give. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
The Wolverines now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Underwood. It's caught. Not a big window, and that throw was money, and they've got it at the 30.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive, and you can see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
Able to pick up a couple down to the 27. This is a kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Wide right, it's Becker. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it first and goal. And the Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Run in the red zone, it's Marshall. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines!
This coaching staff was trying to identify playmakers on offense early this year. How about the start of the season this guy has had? Scored in their first game. He scored early in this one. Defenses up to this point don't have any answers for this guy.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. The margin for error so small in a conference like this, and in Big Ten play, really imperative to get off to a good start.
You really focus on all offseason getting off to such a great start, right? Start fast, win our conference. Well, this is step one. And so I think you're so tired of hitting your own color jerseys, by the way. You're excited when you get in conference plays. You start to get some of that familiarity, some of that also that hatred that you have for these other teams. So the Big Ten is a fun conference.
Yeah, and you know both of these teams, their players have had this game circled all offseason because this is the first one. This is the first step towards winning a Big Ten championship. Both teams feel like they've got the playmakers to compete in conference this year, but it all starts today.
Big noise, big house, trying to rile up this Michigan defense on third down. Manning from the gun on third down. It's picked off. The Heisman contender turns it over. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7. Let's take a minute to talk about Michigan. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top 2 teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these 2 teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. Making the adjustment on the play. Underwood from the gun on 3rd down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Right side, it's Marsh. Finds a crease at the 20. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Michigan. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the capper coming on that 48-yard touchdown dart. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Here's Arch to throw. Here comes the heat. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Yeah, and you don't see that often, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is real. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Back to pass, it's Manning. He's got him this time. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the 1st down. The Longhorns are in the hurry-up. Burrowing for yardage. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And that's a good sign for this offense. A good 3rd down conversion, running the football. Obviously, last possession was not what you want. Like the interception, the turnover, good to get back on the field, get that first down. Now see how much more they'll be aggressive and maybe want to throw the football and put that mistake behind them.
Now, this is the way to come out of the gate and set the tone. Back and forth and already inside a minute to go in the 1st. Arch is going to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. Out wide left, it's Wingo. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Well, after that completion on the corner route, it'll be interesting to see if later in the game the offensive coordinator tries to set the defense up by showing them the same pre-snap look, but this time sending the receiver to the middle of the field.
The Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10. Oh, pressure's coming. Got his man. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the 1st, and an array of possibilities here. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down. And the Longhorns kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead as we get a look at the numbers so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. They've got a first down here to open the period. Manning. Moving out to the right. Pickup of 8. It's now 2nd and 2.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
The Longhorns can really attack on this 2nd and short. Oh, he's got some space. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
Well, you're trailing into games. Someone's got to make a play. There's an accurate throw by the quarterback, and when you throw it accurately like that, you give your receiver an opportunity to advance the ball. Good, strong running. He's able to break a tackle, and that's an explosive play they need now as they're trying to tie this game up.
Just missed on the connection. Incomplete. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. To throw, Manning. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the 3rd down.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit, forcing the incompletion?
This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. Now here's Manning. Unleashes to the end zone. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Wolverines offense heads out, ready to go on the attack. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. On the move at the 30, flying down the left side. Past the 30. 10. Touchdown Wolverines. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. Getting set with a point after. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Sending the offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer. Sends it downfield. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on 1st down. 2nd down coming up.
And I feel like that was predetermined. They told him in the huddle, man, chuck that thing down the field. Like, haven't run the ball well, haven't thrown it well. They haven't really gotten started off on the right foot in this football game. It looks like they're still searching for answers, for something that they can get some momentum going.
Throwing Manning. Incomplete. They fought for it, but it just squirted harmlessly to the ground.
Can't rest on your laurels as a quarterback. We know how much success he had last game when he completed over 70% of his throws. This game, though, he's just a little bit off. At times he looks like he's pressing. He hasn't been overly accurate. That's the reason why he's completing somewhere around 50% of his passes.
Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge third down here in the big house. Manning trying to quiet this crowd. Got a man in the middle. Free up the gut. The tag. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Texas. He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish with a huge play in the passing game, covering 75 yards to house it. And he's coming out of the end zone. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. It's a draw. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Throwing, Underwood. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be 3rd down.
And a lot of times when you see running backs catch the football, man, they've got a little bit of space to operate. That's great coverage. Being right there when he catches the ball to deliver the hit, to make sure he doesn't secure the catch, elite coverage.
They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. Changing the routes with his receivers. Lined up in the gun on 3rd down, Underwood. Left side, it's Johnson. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
The Wolverines will snap it on 1st and 10. Here's Underwood to throw. Look out! And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
And the defense makes a play, finally. This is a lot of offense early in this football game, a lot of scoring. Need more of this from the defense. Getting to the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, and then when you get him down, you get him behind the sticks. Good things happen for your defense.
And the Wolverines trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to throw, it's Underwood. Finds a tight end down the gut. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
Well, this tight end is so athletic that at times they'll line him up in different parts of the field. That time he was in the slot. Nice job running the route, finding the open space in the defense for the completion.
Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. He unleashes a long one. It's caught, and what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline.
And another connection and another big play for this offense. And they keep the gas to the floor. Like they're still throwing the football, still making big plays. And this defense, they still have found zero answers in how to get back in this football game.
This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Underwood, he wants it all. Touchdown, Michigan! Quick strike through the air for the score. The AT unit on the field. And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. They took it 64 yards right down the field. And they capped things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Moving the pocket, it's Manning. Takes the easy one to the back. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Here's Manning to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Takes it in. Touchdown, Michigan. Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. The scoop and score. What a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Arch Madness. Under pressure. Trying to make magic on the scramble. At the 45 on his way. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
Man, it's so nice to have a weapon like this at quarterback. It dictates coverage. You want to play man-to-man? Everybody turns their back. Watch him pick him up, put him down, chew up yards, getting a big play down the field.
An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. Dropping back, it's Manning. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Pedal to the metal right now for this offense. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. Here on their 3rd possession, they're still taking shots way down the field, and why not? Give the defense credit finally. Something good happens for them to get the incompletion, but if I'm this quarterback, I'm still throwing it.
Here's Arch to throw. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe 2, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire.
And I feel like this defense is starting to get in a rhythm. It's starting to feel it, right? You've seen him take off, have some success. And you know, if nothing's open, he wants to run. Defense kind of locked in, didn't give up a big play there. They're kind of dialed into what's going on.
3rd and long coming up. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Got the back over the middle. They bring him down, but it'll be 1st down at the 42. And the Longhorns will hustle to the line.
You coming into this game, if they throw completions and get 1st downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. It's broken up. They took a shot, and he was equal to the challenge to knock it away.
And that's pretty encouraging. Like, this defense needs a shot in the arm, right? Like, 2 possessions, they've given up 2 touchdowns. Like, now they try to be aggressive and go after the deep ball right away. Nice coverage. That's a good start to this drive. You know, 2 bad drives, we flush those, we forget about those. See if this defense can get back on track.
This really has been a Jekyll and Hyde story for this quarterback. His last game out, he completed over 80% of his throws, but things just not going his way in this one. You've got to give the defense a ton of credit.
He's going to take off. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10.
And that's the extra feel you get with this dude. I mean, unbelievable job dropping back to pass, but understanding 3rd down, I can get it right now. I got a little bit of space right up the middle, pulls it down, runs it straight ahead, and goes and gets the big 3rd down conversion.
Arch is going to throw for it. Makes the grab. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Moves the pocket. It's Manning. Lets it fly. And he throws another interception. His 3rd one of the night. Touchdown, Wolverines! What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
And, man, this defense proving to be so opportunistic. They don't just turn people over. You've already seen them scoop up a fumble, take it back to the house, now an interception, and take it back to the house. They make big plays, and they put that thing in the end zone.
We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, so much to get you updated on, so let's get right to it here from the EA Sports College Football Update Desk. We begin with Arkansas State taking on the number 14 team, the Memphis Tigers. And it's the Red Wolves coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. And that makes it 2 victories on the season. They're nowhere near their preseason goal, of course. So how they handle things from here will define this program. Let's now take a look at some top 25 games around the nation on another wild day of college football.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Underwood. Fires to the wideout. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive.
And that's the play the defense absolutely had to have. You know, going into halftime, you were down on the scoreboard. You just needed something really good to happen. And so right away, you get the interception, you create a turnover. That is huge. And it's critical now this offense is able to come on the field, take this thing down the field, score a touchdown, shorten this lead. You need complimentary football right now.
They're all over him. Out wide left, it's Townsend. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Wants to throw. It's Manning. Rush right in his face. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Things just not going as easy for this guy as they did his last game out. Last time he completed over 70% of his throws. This week, though, defense taking some throws away. They've made some plays. He just hasn't been quite spot on with his accuracy. He's going to have to play better.
They couldn't connect on 2nd down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Throws to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. Play action, here's Manning. Unloads to the wideout. Touchdown, Texas! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. That's his 3rd touchdown of the game, and he just has 4 now on the season. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step 1. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step 1 accomplished.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. They still have a cushion, but you don't want to feed that hope with unproductive drives. Going to the ground. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Nice play by the defense, but now is a time they've got to be more consistent. They allowed this running back to go off in that first half, and moving forward now, they've got to try and take this running back away.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Here's Underwood to throw. Finds his man. Breaks into the open. Ripping through the defense. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Wolverines come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Unloads it left. And oh no, he on the run. Oh, the fumble and the defense got it. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
That looks like a really easy thing to do. Oh, the ball's just on the ground. Jump on it. That's an odd-shaped ball that bounces all kind of crazy ways. Great job by the defense covering that thing up.
The Texas offense makes its way out to begin the drive. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. Manning. Incomplete. What a fight for that one in midair, but neither guy could come down with it.
And I thought the game plan has been so good by this defense, man. They know exactly who his go-to guy is out wide, and they're doing a great job of mixing up coverage, taking that away. Listen, this QB doesn't have to go to him, and that's why I think you look next. Who's your next best playmaker that can make something happen for you?
And the rush will get to him at the 25. The Wolverines bringing the heat on the defensive front as they have so many times through the years.
And you just think about guys that just look great in their unis. Big, strong, Aiden Hutchinson, Ajabo. A lot of these guys in the recent history, just they know how to get after the quarterbacks and make their life miserable.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way.
Shippensburg University, nothing.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Looking for a huge play. He's got it down the field. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down. The Longhorns moving quickly to the line.
This offense was just hoping for one big play. They finally got it. They're trailing big in this game, and they needed that pitch and catch to put them on the doorstep to make this a game again. Give them credit. They never lost their confidence. They never stopped being aggressive, and finally 2 guys hook up. Massive play for the offense.
He just lost track of where he was on the field. Entire body past the line of scrimmage. Illegal forward pass, and they will back him up. So that'll cost them a down, 2nd and long after the illegal forward pass. Sends it back in motion. To throw, Manning. Out wide right, it's Townsend. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
Well, this defense has tried to find ways to disguise their coverage and mix it up to try to confuse the QB. It's not working, though. With that last completion, he's now got over 300 yards back.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
Well, this quarterback normally makes defenses look very silly week in, week out with his speed, but he has yet to face a defense like this. This defense accepted the challenge. They have stepped up. They have been disruptive.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
And we call his name again. This is the same guy. Remember, he had the defensive touchdown already. Now getting in the backfield, getting to the quarterback, getting the sack. He's been all over the field today.
And whatever they did on 1st and 2nd down, don't do that anymore. 3rd and very long coming up. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a 4th down.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. They try to pop a run on the draw. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Making the adjustment. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Left side is Brown. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with the first down.
And they've been scoring a lot of points. When you've got the skill and you've got the speed outside a wide receiver, that's why. And here we are in the second half, and nothing's changing. If they can't cover us, we're going to keep taking shots, and that's what you got to do. This quarterback right now, he's in a beautiful rhythm. He's seeing the field.
Caught, and he's got room. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. And the Wolverines will line it up on 1st and 10. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
Well, this guy's been eating them alive all game long. Finally, though, David, you wonder if the defense has been able to make some adjustments, find something positive to help slow this guy down.
Hey, baby steps, right? That's a tackle for a loss. I know he's got over $100 on the game, but this defense is definitely going to have to be more aggressive, commit more guys to stopping that bad man.
Underwood rushes on, and he never had a chance.
A loss of 13 on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
And as we head for the 4th period, both of these quarterbacks have put up some numbers. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback.